What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a great week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Taurus. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. I don't know what I'm doing with these dance moves, Taurus. I feel like they're getting stranger and stranger each go around. And you know what? Other news, Taurus. Are you ready for that full moon lunar eclipse that's happening in your sign, depending on when you're watching this on Saturday, tomorrow. But get pumped for that, Taurus, because you know the moon, but sidebar, the moon is exalted in your sign. So there should be some lovely energy there, Taurus. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Taurus. Now, Taurus, I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Taurus, so definitely check them out. Very great group, very fantastic energies that you bring, I think, or that they bring. I think you really like them, Taurus. Now let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Oh, Taurus, I'm with it, and absolutely. So you got the 19th card here, which is the flexible card. And that's interesting, Taurus. The sun, the sun card is the 19th card. So I feel like if we're able to maintain this level of flexibility with all the changes that are coming with Scorpio season, and I feel like even a little broader than that, just being flexible with life, because I feel like yours is a sign of security. And it's not that you can't handle change, but I do feel like that when the changes are so drastic, it's just like, how are you flexible when things kind of really hit the fan, And I do feel like there is this, like, kind of adaptability that's going to need to be had, I feel like, going through, especially like through with the season. Because just right now, you have the sun, that's depending on where your Taurus placements are at, the sun, Mercury, and then who else? Mars is kind of moving along there too. And then eventually, this is going to be down the line, but then your ruler is going to be in that Scorpio energy, around, I want to say around December time. So I just feel like it's like, not even just asking yourself that, Taurus, but how have you been here lately with challenges? How do you keep your vibrations up when you need to pivot and need to be flexible? And like, how's that been going for you? Have you really kind of checked in with yourself to see how the things, because I like how this person's kind of balancing on this egg, because eggs are fragile. And it's not to say that you're fragile, Taurus, but sometimes when you go through a lot of changes and things that can, we were talking about the sun card being the 19th card, that can affect your happiness in a sense. And it's really just kind of strong energies here of just even like maybe even over this next week, really just, but especially I feel like this season, just like there's going to be a need to be able to kind of roll with the punches and be able to adapt to the different type of situations that may come your way, Taurus. But let me get some tarot on this and get a little more details. And I feel like that's one thing that can be hard too with, like, not even just, like, just fixed energy. When we're talking about Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio energy. Is that, the fixed signs, once they have something, when they're locked on to something, it can be hard to shake that, in a sense. And, hold on, Taurus. Oh, pick up a few, drop the rest. But that can be tough with fixed energy, and I just like, because listen, I have a bunch of fixed energy in my chart. I have a lot of Leo in my chart, and that's something where, But let me get the rest of your cards here. Thank you. Alright, let's see what's going on here, Taurus. Oh, speaking of fixed energy. Oh, speaking of fixed energy. Okay, so you have So here's Aquarius and here's Scorpio. So you have the Death Rebirth card, the Three of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And then you have the Star card and the Ace of Pentacles upright here, Taurus. And we got to be careful about being rigid, Taurus, and not being, because I feel like that with the Ten of Pentacles, this can be a card of our legacy, our foundation, our security. And you may have had this whole big plan of how things were going to go about, maybe for over the next month, maybe over the next year, maybe over over your journey. But where it is nice to have a plan, I feel like there is a need to, again, to be flexible when things don't go your way, Taurus. And it's like, do we let that defeat us and get us to this place where we're not celebrating, where we just feel like that life is kind of out to get us and that we can't seem to get our abundance and, even prevent us from manifesting something new? Or do we see it as the blessing as it is? Because, sometimes when things do change like this, change is not, again, meant to keep you down in a sense. It's meant to kind of push you in a way to get you towards that highest vibration there. And I even feel like with this Star card here, because this can be a card of hope. And it can be hard to keep that hope when you feel that, like, especially if you feel like the foundation is kind of falling around you in a sense. And let me get a little bit more on the Star card, Taurus. Because, I feel like if things, like, because the Three of Cups can be like a card of, like, kind of coming together, like, parties and, like, get togethers and things. But this could it even feels, because the Star card can be a card of unexpected help. And I feel like this could even be where if you do notice that you haven't been dealing with changes well, or if you find yourself having a hard time adapting to some of the changes, and instead of, like, maybe keeping the stuff bottled in with the Three of Cups being in reverse, allowing yourself to reach out and to share these types of to share these insecurities, and maybe someone can provide you with some guidance or some sort of, like, resources and things. But some sort of resources and things, because you got the Queen of Pentacles here and the smaller reversal storm here. You got the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and then the Wheel in reverse, Jupiter energy. And Jupiter is in your sign. Oddly enough, he's retrograde in your sign just like he is here. And, it can be tough when we are on that sort of, that waning end of a cycle, in a sense, where we feel like we're in the state of stuck. And that's why I say, I feel like there was this energy of needing to keep that hope, because sometimes I find when we allow ourselves to kind of get lost in that despair, not to say it's easier said than done when it's in that moment, but, like, maybe doing things as far as, like, positive affirmations, maybe doing some meditation, it can help you not necessarily remove the problem, but help you see it from a higher perspective, so that you can think outside of the box a little bit. Aquarius energy, get a little innovative with your materials there, because this is almost giving me like this, like a Five of Pentacles, like that lack type of mentality here. And when we get caught up in that stuckness, yeah, but or get caught up in that, like, stagnancy, then yeah, we can feel that. It's like, I like how this woman's kind of like guarding her purse here, but it's like it can feel like it is like that things are just like taking, but it's more so making space for you to fill that void again with something new, something different, something that. Hmm. But yeah, Taurus, like I can talk about this every hope to a bunch of scenarios, but yeah, overall the message here I feel like it's not to get caught up, I feel like, in the cycle of the wheel, to just like keep turning there. I remember another reader I remember watching, I like how they put it, it's like being in the center of the wheel and observing when we are in that waxing period, and just how if we set up a cushion in order for us to deal with those times, and to allow ourselves that kind of wiggle room when change is afoot, so that we're not caught off guard and trying to resist the stuff, and potentially exacerbating a situation here, Taurus. So just a little something to, I feel like, to think about there. But let's get your next card. Ooh. All right, Taurus. Thank you. So you have the time for a nap card. And so I'm getting a couple of things here, Taurus. I do feel that with these changes and things, that can be a lot to deal with. And I do feel like it's making sure, because the Pentacles, again, can deal with more than just money. It can deal with your health, your manifestation, your material resources. And this is not health advice or anything, but I feel with all the changes and stuff, that can take a lot out of us, Taurus. So making sure that you are getting enough time to rest. But I do feel like that it's making sure that we're not trying to escape from, because I was getting a bit of an escapist energy with that time for a nap, that we may be sleeping in order to not deal with things, or maybe even with the Three of Cups, maybe we're out, kind of maybe partying a little bit, just something to just to distract you from what's going on here. But I'm almost kind of feeling there's another oracle deck, that one with those little cards that I use, the Zodiac 108. I'm getting like that ostrich trap card in my head, where that ostrich has got his head in that little sand thing, and it's just like, just because we stick our head in the sands or have our head in the clouds, that doesn't mean that the changes around you don't keep happening, that the foundation isn't shifting. So you know I feel like more so this time for a nap is saying that if things have been getting overwhelming, again, to pause for a second, and to get a game plan, to kind of figure out what resources are we working with, how is there someone that we can maybe call upon if we need some sort of help there, like what to get into some type of creative ways to, again, to kind of deal with whatever situations come your way. But let me get some tarot on this, Taurus. Thank you. All right, Taurus. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Taurus. All right. So you have the Ten of Wands and the Tower, one of Scorpio's rulers, in reverse. And then you have the Eight of Swords and the Hanged Man upright. And Taurus, I feel like with this Tower being here, this is all this. I love when the Tower's in reverse, because this is you initiating change, Taurus. You taking the. It's like I almost feel like that it's almost like despite not wanting to go through this thing with your death card being in reverse, it's like the tower's like saying that it's a reminder where it's like it may be tough, but it's one of those things that is necessary. It's just like if we keep, and I feel like that's even a way where if we can go with that attitude of just like that, we may not necessarily like it, but it's, one of the things that's going to get us feeling relieved in the long run, because when we don't deal with things towards that pressure just keeps building up and then it becomes burdensome and, gets us to where we do feel like that we're stuck and that we need to pause, and then we're, kind of caught up in our heads, we're feeling trapped, then it's just we're spiraling in this wheel here. But the Hanged Man can also be a card of a new perspective. And this might be something too, even just thinking with this time for a nap, maybe paying attention if you find yourself like maybe you're an active dreamer, maybe paying attention to some of the messages that may be coming through in your dreams. Maybe there are some signs there that might be coming to help you along here. That's funny. I was just talking with someone the other day. They were saying that they had a dream. This was like a few weeks back before the situation happened, and then the whole situation transpired. And they were saying like it was almost eerie how it came together. But I was just like, that's those higher energies communicating to you, Taurus. So that might be something to think about there. But maybe sending your concerns and things to the stars, in a sense, to the universe, to allow yourself that because when I'm thinking like how that lightning is striking that tree, that thunderstruck, where it's just like there's the answer, that's what I need to do in order to get to this energy. But then it's one thing to receive that information, but it's a whole other thing to take that action, and to get that energy moving towards the direction that you want there, Taurus. So, and I don't know if I mentioned when I was listing all those planets that are entering Scorpio, those are forming oppositions with your signs, and oppositions are they bring tension and polarity, considering that Scorpio is your opposite sign. But I mean, you have, well, Mars is a malefic planet, so that can be kind of a tough one there. The tower, Mars, but you got two neutral planets, the Sun and Mercury, and then your ruler down the line, in a couple of months will be there as well. So that can kind of lighten up the load a little bit. But oppositions are tougher energies. They bring polarity and tension, but if you can find a way to integrate those two, it's usually like a situation or a person kind of forces you to make a decision, but you can power through this thing, towards you have the tenacity, the flexibility in order to do it, but it's just remembering that and then tapping into those resources. But all right, then I'm gonna leave that one there. Let's get your last card here, Taurus. Be the change. This is popped in my head, that tower. All right, Taurus. So you have the "Not for You" card, and that's interesting. That's interesting. That's a six card there. That's lover's energy coming through there, and that could be a card of choices as well. But this "Not for You." Hmm. What I'm feeling is just like that resisting this change is not for you, Taurus. Like it's saying, and I like how it's got this nope coming out of this fortune cookie, because I feel like that if we don't move, then it's just like, well, am I going to get this abundance? Nope. Am I going to get this balance? Nope. But if you start making moves, because you got this little chessboard here, starting, look at that, here's your opposition, and once you start making moves against, it's like, imagine this is you in the universe playing a game of chess. you know I feel that it almost feels like that with that fortune cookie, has, considering how you got, like, because the wheel can be about fate as well. It's just like that. I almost feel like that's the kind of signs that you're beginning. It's just like if we start being a little more intentional with how we're going about these changes, we'll get clear signs like, does this feel like the right thing to do? Nope, that's not quite it. Is that resonating with me? Okay, yeah, that's going. Like it's like opening yourself up to this because you are, thinking about that too. You are being influenced by a very spiritual sign with, or very in spiritual planet, in Jupiter being there, and it's it's like if you want the answers for, and like it's like if you want the answer to come, Taurus, it's like the universe is just like waiting for you to make a move, for you to take that first step in order to get to whatever it is. Because the star card can also be a card of making a wish, and it's just like that. It can get you to this place that you want to be, but let me get some tarot on this, Taurus, and get some details with that. So that's an interesting one. Alright, Taurus. Last little bit here. So you have the Nine of Cups and the Page of Cups in reverse. And we got a lot of cups here. And then you got the Six of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and then the Ten of Swords upright. And then let's switch back over here, Taurus. Because for some, I was even getting this energy of, because the Nine of Cups can also be kind of like a card of like making a wish and getting to that sense of fulfillment, where you're filling all of your cups. But I feel like maybe for some we may be forcing ourselves into something that may not resonate with you in a sense. It's like kind of questioning those things that it's like that goes against like your feelings, like goes against your inner knowing, like something I feel like inside is just like, no, Taurus, this doesn't feel like the right path. Not necessarily like the universe forcing you to do stuff, because we do have free will, but it's more so listening, like, and this may sound harsh, Taurus, but it's like it almost feels like that we're betraying ourselves in a sense by not listening to whatever this is, this inner, these signs, or these messages that are trying to keep you from getting to this place of like rock bottom with the Ten of Swords here. And that's interesting. The Six of Cups, that's the Sun in Scorpio. And I even feel like when you find yourself with the Six of Cups being here, when you find yourself in like really tough situations, one thing that may help motivate you, Taurus, because the Six of Cups can be a card of the past, and reflect on times when you felt stuck, or you felt like at rock bottom, felt at your worst, like that you couldn't get out of something, and then to where you are now, over that whatever that is that happened, and stronger than you were back then. And then how that's all that really life is. It's getting this sense of putting up, we level up, we get a new set of challenges, we knock them out, we celebrate, we grow, and then we keep doing, then the cycle continues. And I do feel in the meantime, Taurus, like there is this energy of making sure to take care of yourself. You know, fill yourself with a lot of love and a lot of nurturing energy that's coming through here with that Ace of Cups. You know, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. That's always like, I feel that's a great recipe for just watering the garden. And you know, this vessel is your garden, Taurus, and take care of that. And your garden always changes. You know, each season, you know, some crops need to be pruned, some things need to, you know what I mean. Some, you know, we're planting new seeds. You know, it's just a lot of energies of needing to be in adjustment. And that might be something too, Taurus. You know, maybe getting something in your world where you're taking care of it, and like, and not that I feel you have problems with change, but if that's something that you know that you've kind of struggled with, maybe dealing with something outside of yourself and watching it change, needing to be flexible, need to adapt like a plant. You know, sometimes it does great on this side, and then other times, oh, we're getting too much light over here, let's try this thing. Or, you know, just like, I think I'm going to leave that there, Taurus. Just something to think about during this journey, but definitely during this transformative season we're going through. But if anything resonated with you, Taurus, or you like that, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Taurus, if you know someone who's been kind of struggling with changes, or yeah, that not for you energy is a very interesting one. I feel like there's like something is, I feel like we're trying to because Libra got a little something similar. Libra and Pisces got something similar about that. Like things that aren't. Pisces actually got that not for you card, and I want to say the time for a nap as well. But I feel like there maybe need to kind of sleep on something there, Taurus. As far as like, I'm sorry, we get back to your reading, but even like sleeping on something as far as like next steps and But subscribe there, you star. Hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each week. And then lastly, if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Yes, even Venus. Come on over to the Chariot, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans and talk about she's changing all the time there, Taurus. And again, my sun signs in Cancer. Taurus, we love your energy over there, so come on over. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Taurus. And you got the Seven of Swords here, Taurus. And with this card, this is an interesting one, Taurus, because I feel that there's this energy of thinking about how to do things in a different type of way. You know, like I feel like maybe there's for some, we've been approaching things with this rigidity, and we've taken that as just like pure truth. And not to say that that's not a lie, but it's just like, it's more so because the card Seven of Swords can be a card of like lying, deception, trickery, but we may even be so kind of like tricking ourselves into thinking there's only one way of doing something, or one way of approaching a situation or a problem or a whatever this is. And you know, life is like where you can find, it's like, how do we find security in an ever-changing world, you know, and in an ever-changing journey? It's always stuff that's going on there, but it's possible, Taurus. And because maybe even that's something where some, like, we might be feeling like that might be just like severely hard, and having just a really like tough time trying to deal with that. But now let me get your other oracle card here, Taurus. I even feel with this, like, you know, the Seven of Swords gives me like this kind of cunning energy as well. I think as far as like going about how you deal with different situations, and again, coming at it from just like a different perspective can, or maybe even talking with someone can even bring about a different approach to how you can go to a situation. So even be open to that, Taurus. But Oh, interesting, Taurus. So you have the karmic justice here. And that's interesting, Taurus, that would come with that Seven of Swords, because that even feels like that there's this... Because the Ten of Swords can be like a card of, like a card of betrayal, or a card of, it may be for some, it's like, well, not quite. Like, at least that's not quite the energy that I'm getting. It's more so that things always balance themselves out in the end. You know, that... Because I was even sort of getting this, like, underhanded energy that was coming on with the Seven of Swords. And it's like, maybe for some, it's like we've seen how others have... It's like we're feeling like, it's like, why do others maybe have it so easy? Or it seems like that they may be kind of like, I don't know, like finding a way to, not necessarily cheat life. I wish I had better words for this, but I do feel like it's remembering that we all get the things that we deserve. You know, like that we're not, the universe, like abundance and things, it's not like you're missing out with the Wheel of Fortune being in reverse, or like the Ten of Pentacles being in reverse. It's that it's like if we put in this work and put in this change in things, that's when the universe starts paying stuff out. You know, we get back what we put in. And so that's where I feel like this karmic justice is kind of leading here, Taurus. So, so just, I feel like just something to be aware of. And if we feel that we're just like, necessarily, like, you know, the universe just takes all the time that we don't get ours, and that's the reality that is created because we're having troubles, again, seeing the abundance around us. So just be mindful of that there, Taurus, because that karmic justice does feel heavy, is the word that's coming to my head. So just be mindful of that there, Taurus. But I think I'm going to leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Taurus, with all these changes, and be flexible, be adaptable, take some time, get some rest, and you raise your vibration to the roof. Fill up all your cups with this Ace of Cups here. And I feel like even just like, you know, even doing some things like that can help you just kind of step away from a situation for a moment, you know, and like, just take care of yourself there, Taurus. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.